Alright, welcome back. Here's chapter 4 classification Plantae, Thalophyta, Byrophyta, Pteridophyta. This one is specifically for them. Although we touched this one previously on the previous chapter, but I'm going to delve straight much more into it. Alright, so the following event takes place during conjugation in. So the following in Spirogyra. So they give you the one, the two, so you're supposed to arrange them. I'll go straight because I want you to arrange it over there for me. And you will let me know this one. We'll drill this one in the group or on your DM. The correct answer is option D, which is the first one, which is protuberance will appear on the walls of the cells of two filaments of Spirogyra lying side by side, okay, opposite one another. Now, that's D. Number one is D, right? 5, then 4. What will happen next is 4. After 5, 4 will happen. The protuberance will meet, and when they touch, the cell wall will disappear, so that conjugation 2 would form and start joining. The next one is the 1. The protoplasm in each of the conjugating cell, they will separate from the cell wall to form a gamete. The gamete of one filament will pass through to another one. Then the 3, which is the third one, the nucleus of the gamete will fuse to form a zygote, and the last one, which is the 2, the zygote will soon become surrounded by a thick brown wall to become a zygospore. So number 1 is option D. Arrange them. Go through it again and again. Next, one of the following statements is not true of Spirogyra. I'm going to be really fast in this chapter. During conjugation, its gametes, which are structurally and physiologically similar, they are not structurally and physiologically similar. The reason is that during conjugation, one will be acting as a male, while the other one will act as a female. So you cannot say they are structurally and we can't say they are structurally and physiologically similar. No. So number 2 is option B. Number 3, one common feature of fungi, algae, mosses, and fern is that number 3, they have no seed, option E. Number 4, this figure below was given to us. The structure labeled X is actually the mucilage wall, option D. Number 5, which of the following represent the evolutionary sequence in this plant? Which of them represent the evolutionary sequence in the plant? Number 5. First, evolutionary sequence. Evolution starts with algae. So number 5, E. That's 4 first. Then mosses, 3. Then ferns, 2. Then conifers, then flowering plants. Option number 5 is option E. Number 6, mosses, liverworts, and ferns can be grouped together because they are seedless plants. Number 6 is option C. 7, Spirogyra and mucus can be grouped together as Thalophyte, because when something is Thalophyte, it's like rope, you know, understand? Filament, talos, that's what they call it. Their number 7, let me see. Their bodies are made up of talos and filament alternatively, which is like rope. 8, which of the following is incorrect? The protalos of a fern is what? Is the dominant plant. Right, the protalos of a fern is the dominant plant. So number 8, you have option C, is the dominant plant. Which of the following is incorrect? They say the protalos of a fern is dominant plant. No, the protalos of a fern is not the dominant plant. Rather, the sporophyte is the dominant plant, because the protalos also means, right, protalos equals gametophyte. It's not dominant in a fern, but it's dominant it's not dominant in fern, but it's dominant in gametophyte. So I'll go again. Sporophyte is the dominant plant, not the gametophyte. The gametophyte, they also call it like is the early stage of the gametophyte. I think they called protalos. Good. Now let's write gametophyte of a fern is called the protalos. Next, gametophyte is the dominant plant in mosses and liverworts, while sporophyte is the dominant plant in the fern. Sporophyte is the dominant plant in the fern. Alright, next. In Spirogyra, okay, which of the following is incorrect? Okay, in Spirogyra, the paranode is used to do what? Okay, that's number 9. In Spirogyra, the paranode is made of, right, it's made of protein. It's made of protein and is involved in starch making. Number 9, let me see the option. Usually contains starch, option D. See, number 9, this pyranode, pyrenoid, usually contains starch. 10, bryophyte. Remember, gametophyte is the dominant phase of a bryophyte or protalus. Bryophyte are different from flowering plant because they have no vascular tissue, option E. 11. In lower plants like mosses, the structure which performs the function of the roots of higher plant is called the rhizode. They have this one a lot. Right, rhizodes are not true roots because they contain no vascular tissue. They are meant for anchorage. 12. Which of the following is not true of Spirogyra? It consists of a branch. No, Spirogyra no dey branch. It is straight like thallus or filament, like a rope. 13. In a plant exhibiting alternation of generation, the diploid multicellular stage is called the, let's see, sporophyte. Right. The diploid multicellular stage in plants exhibiting alternation of generation is called sporophyte. So right, sporophyte, open bracket, diploid, close bracket, gametophyte, open bracket, haploid. Okay, and these both are present in the life cycle of liverwort. Liverwort is spelled Liverworts. Liverwort, mosses, Mosses, and ferns. Ferns is spelled Ferns. 14. The characteristics that distinguish bryophyte from flowering plant is that, almost repeated question with number 5, absence of vascular tissue, option C. 16. 15. In most true ferns, sporangia are grouped into 15. Is option D. Sori. Right, Sori, Sori, are clusters of sporangia. They are called clusters of sporangia. Next, indusium, which is Indusium. Indusium is a protective cover for sorus, while a frond, Frond, is a leaf of fern. Then lastly, protally protally or protalus are developing gametophytes. So protally is a developing gametophyte of a fern. Just put these things like this. It will make sense subsequently. When we don't reach towards the end, I will talk about this fern and bryophyte and bryophyte and what do they call them now? Bryophyte and ferns. Okay. I also talk about let's continue. I'll talk about them. Then I might retouch one or two of them. So when you go back again, you go through the video. I don't want you to go through this one 2 times. So I'm being fast. In most true ferns, sporangia are grouped into Sori, option D. 16. In the reproduction of mosses is a type of primitive early time plant. Water is essential because 16. Water is essential for them because the male gamete must swim to fertilize the ovum. 17. The term thallus refers to 17. The term thallus refers to algae and fungi. Thalophyte, sorry. Thalophyte refers to algae and gametophytes, right? Algae and fungi. Thalophyte refers to algae and fungi. 17 is option B. 18. The prothallus, no forget, of a fern. The prothallus is a part of this olden time plant. When the plant they come up, you get. And this olden time plant, they don't dey like normal plant. They don't even get what they absorb water from ground. They get 2 types. They get what they call bryophyte. The bryophyte, examples of it, and they call liverwort and mosses. Liverwort and mosses. Then you get another one they call ferns. These ferns they call them pteridophytes. Pteridophyte, no forget I call them pteridophyte. So now we talk about so make we see now. the algae and this bryophyte and pteridophyte, they call them alternation of generation. Sometimes they go do like sexual production, sometimes they will just produce like that, you understand? So alternation of generation, sometimes it go be as if they go form garments, two go join together, sometimes only one go just burst and go produce other ones, you dey get. More go continue. So they say the prothallus of a fern, meaning the small young parts, this prothallus now the gametophyte part, is equivalent to the gametophyte of a bryophyte or liverworm. Is equivalent to or okay, it's equivalent to the gametophyte of the generation of a moss. You see am. So mosses and liverwort they under bryophyte, then fern they under pteridophyte. Okay, but they compare them together a lot. So 18 is comparable to because it bears sexual organs. Gametophyte now go bear sexual organs. 19. The algae, bryophyte, and pteridophyte. This bryophyte here, examples of it, now they call mosses. See I'm here, MOSS, and liverwort. This pteridophyte here, now they call fern, a type of plant, but a primitive plant, like plant in the early time when they believe say the world really they evolve or they start. So the algae, bryophyte, and pteridophyte are similar in that they 19 they require moisture for fertilization. They still require a little bit of water for fertilization. 20. The spores of fern are dispersed by, I think you see, sometimes this fern could just develop into a younger one, like you go feel bring a new one. They get process where they go through, call those process alternation of generation. So they say the spores, the thing when you go release where they like seed. So when you check spores, you go see spores are like seed, but they are not entirely seed because they don't get the complete feature of like a mango or a cashew seed, but they do like seed. So the spores of a fern are dispersed by option D, explosive mechanism. 21. In bryophyte, sex organs are produced in the gametophyte. Option A. 22. Which of the following are differentiated into true root, stem, and leaves? True root, stems, and leaf. The one we get true root, stems, and leaf. That's 22. Pteridophytes, they get true root, stems, and leaf. Pteridophyte. Pteridophyte, true roots, stems, and leaves. And this number 21, they say in bryophyte, sex organs are produced. I jumped down on self, no verse. In bryophyte, sex organs are produced in the, don't forget where sex organs they produce. 21, option A, gametophyte. Now, the male sex organ is called the antheridia, while the female sex organ is called the argonia. Argonia. Let me spell it. Archegonia. 22. Which of the following is differentiated into true roots, stems, and leaves? 22 is option pteridophyte. 23. The annulus of fern sporagia helps in spore dispersal. Spores are this plant, instead for them to get seed, they don't really they get seed, they will get something will look like seed, no be fruit also. They go say which one be seed fruit, are they confused, sir? Calm down. Okay, you don't see cashew before. One part of the cashew if you chop them raw, which is the fruit. The other part that be the seed. You will need to roast them, not be so good. Cashew na die cut, you understand? Now cashew na developed plant, but then get some old plants where they don't really they develop. One of it they call them fern or pteridophyte. Another one they call them bryophyte, or they get the example. The bryophyte now like pteridophyte now like the umbrella. Example fern. Bryophyte now like the umbrella. Examples mosses and liverwort. Sure they get. So these ones they don't really get seed, they don't really get fruit, but then get something so that they call spore, which is this fern. Now we talk about here. So this question now they say which of the following are differentiated? Okay, now the annulus of fern, sporagia helps in. There's something they call the annulus of this fern sporagia. You see a lot of diagram there. But here help you now, right? The wall of a sporagia is made up in part by annulus, The annulus is like a ticking wall, a ticking cell. You understand? Okay, and the 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 wall again is also made up of, and it's also made up of stomium. Stomium is stomium, which is a thin wall. So the thin wall is called like the stomium. The thick wall is called the annulus. You get? So the fern, the way the fern, if you see the plant they call fern, some part of it, like the way if you dissect them, you cut the smallest part, you will see a first like place where it be like wall. That one are the thick one, annulus. Then they get the thin one, stomium. So when they ask it, they say the annulus of a fence, it helps in what? It dey help to do something. It helps in spore disperser. When the thing won't burst, make it release all those things will look like seed, will not be seed. Option A. 24. Which of the following correctly summarize the life cycle of a fern? You think see how the life cycle of a fern dey. 24. Alternation of generation. Okay. 24. Prothallus first, which is like the gametophyte, spermatozoid, egg, cell, leafy plant, then sporadiospore, where it will now become. It's not. How will I put this one now? It's not gamete. It's not producing gamete again. It will just give release those things. So option D now be the correct answer. Please, I want me to memorize this sequence: prothallus, spermatozoid, egg cell, leafy plant, sporadiospore. 25. In which of these features do bryophyte differ from pteridophyte? Bryophyte differs from pteridophyte in the presence of vascular system. 25 is option D. 26. Which of the following organs or cell components are common to both the sporophytes and the gametophyte of a fern? Sporophytes and the gametophyte. The sporophyte na a stage where it will produce spore. The gametophyte na a stage where it will produce something like male and female egg and you understand, egg and something like I don't want to use the word sperm, but like that it will produce the male and female parts of the plant. Then after sometimes it will produce another part will not be the male or the female part, and they call the spore. So 26. They say which of the following organs or cell components are common to both? 26. Which of them is common to both? Chloroplasts are common to both. Option C. We'll go to the next one. At 20, 40 something, these questions end. 27. Which is the correct order of the evolutionary sequence for the following plant group? Bacteria, fern, okay. Algae first before bacteria now. Okay, but if we don't see that algae, I will go pick and reach. You will pick this option C. Start from bacteria, algae, bacteria, algae, mosses, fern. Mosses, they're more primitive. Mosses are older than fern. Then you get seed plant, option C. 28. One common, see what me I remember this thing. This mosses and fern. You know, say normally na FM na radio station. FM 96.8 and the rest of the sun 88.5 FM. But when you reach this part of biology, switch on for your mind. Carry the M, go back. Carry the F come front. You can't be MF. So FM, 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 FM. Then if you switch on the opposite of FM, you're gonna say mosses are older than ferns. You get? One common characteristics of fungi, algae, mosses, and fern is that they show the alternation of generation. But let's see. They produce spores that are dispersed. 28, option C. 28. They produce spores rather than seed. I don't already explain for you difference between spores and seed. Plant don't if you produce seed or fruit, they produce something where it look like it not be seed, but if you help them grow the plant again, they call them spore. Protein-like bodies are born on the part label as 29. They are born on the part label A. II. This part. The sexual reproductive function is performed by the part label as 30. Option D. III. This center here there is a nucleus here. 31. Which of the following performs similar function? Which of the following performs similar function? 31, Abi. sorus and inducium. They perform similar function. Go check what I say be sorus and inducium. I don't touch them. Sorry. And sorus. Plural and singular. Singular and plural. 32. In ferns, the sporophyte. In fern, the sporophyte is the dominant phase, while in gametophyte, in bryophyte, the gametophyte is the dominant phase. So, and don't forget say the sporophyte now diploid, the gametophyte now haploid. So 32 is option D. The sporophyte is diploid. 33. In which of the following organisms does each cell combine the function of nutrition, reproduction, and growth? Which of them do they combine? Is option D, Spirogyra. 34. The structure labeled II is for the male organ and the rhizode. Option B. 35. In fern, the structure above is equivalent to the gametophyte generation. The gametophyte generation of mosses. Option B. Remember, for fern, sporophyte is dominant. For bryophyte, gametophyte is dominant. So option B, 35. 36. The structure that are common to both plant and animal cells are labeled option C, II and III. 37. Food is stored in the structure labeled 37. Food is stored in the structure labeled C, IV. 38. One distinctive feature in the life history of liverwort is that they exhibit alternation of generation. Option A. 39. The absence of special food and water conducting system restrict the body size in. They no get wetin they conduct food and water, so you see your body size in algae. Liverwort and mosses, don't forget to, they are part of bryophyte. After their class, you get another class called Pteridophyte or fern. Fern is also called Pteridophyte. 40. The dominant phase in the life cycle of a bryophyte, gametophyte. Option C. In case you see this one for your exam. 41. A water medium is necessary for fertilization in. Water medium is necessary for fern. 41 is option C. 42. Alternation of asexual and sexual mode of reproduction is found in fern. Option C. Most of their questions are fern. 43. The dominant phase in the life cycle of a fern is the sporophyte. Option B. You feel am? 44. In bryophyte, sex organs are produced in the gametophyte phase. Gametophyte phase. Option C. Literally all the questions are repeated like that. Then the last question here we are having. See, alternation of generation is a feature. See, alternation of generation is a feature shown in. The answer is mosses. Option A. Mosses. Don't forget, mosses are part of bryophytes, while ferns are pteridophytes. If you've gotten to this place, you can write in the comment section, congratulations to me, you've done well. You were able to jot down little notes. Send it to me. I'd actually want you to go through this chapter again. Okay? Then, of course, you're on the private session, the DM is open. If you're on the public listing, you could drop it on the group. Thanks. On the group, we'll do some drills on these questions and we'll take a speed test. Thanks for following. You win. Just believe.